0. I'm live. I am live. Live. Now, it looks to me as though my microphone is working for sure this time. I'm just trying to get my set up today just to see if I have any visitors for my grand unboxing. Nope. All right, everyone. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Hey there, Motivation. How are you today? I'm going to wait for a few people to come on in before we get going trying out this today. The MicroTouch Solo. I am going to see how it works. You know, it's a good day today. It's rained most of the day, so I was worried about the internet because I do live out in the country. And I don't know if any of the towers went down, but I'm hoping this live broadcast goes out okay. I don't know if you tried to come by for my first live stream last week. I actually went live on accident, but I had no audio. So today I think I've fixed that. Wire, what's going on? It's good to see you. Is this a better quality and you can hear me this time? I'm going to be checking this out today. I'm also going to be using my fold-away mirror just so I can see myself as I try to shave this down a little bit today. I'm glad. How does the video quality look? Like I said a minute ago, we had a pretty bad storm come through here, and I was worried about the towers because we're on sort of like a wireless thing through the internet. I'm just checking to see if it looks okay and sounds okay. I'm also going to be trying to film this just in case the live video doesn't go so well. Oh, cool. Appreciate it. Just in case the live video doesn't go so well, I'm also filming this so I can edit it and maybe upload it later. We've got about 3 people in here. Cool. I appreciate that feedback, both of you, about this. I'm going to wait on a few people before I get started. I see an Allison Guerin. That name sounds familiar. That's my sister. Good evening, Allison. How are you? Cool. Yeah, get to know each other just when you're waiting. I'm probably around 9:05. I might actually get this thing started. Truth be told, I opened this earlier. Didn't try it, didn't start it or anything, but I did charge it because I knew it needed to take 4 hours to charge. So there'd be no point in trying to have a 4-hour long live stream just waiting for this thing to charge. So this is charged. I have not tested it. So my unboxing will be, I've already sort of unboxed it and read the directions, but for you guys here, just know I've only charged it. Is that Mason that came into the room? My computer is pretty far away, so reading some of those things. Good to see you this evening. Click on each other's channels, get to know each other, hang out. Remember, though, the rules of live chats. Don't ask for sub to sub or hug to hug or whatever you call it. Just check each other out, follow them, hang out. I'm on the East Coast. That's correct. I was wondering what it was going to do when I programmed it because I thought it was trying to put me at Central Time, but as I checked on it throughout the day, it sure only said it was coming on like 2 hours, 1 hour, and then here it is 9. So evidently it picked Eastern Time where I'm from. It's good to see everyone coming out. We've got a few people in the room now. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be awesome. I don't know what that does exactly. I think something with the algorithm where YouTube sees all these thumbs up or even thumbs down, so it's action, so maybe it draws people to the page. My goal, and I've never tried this before, is to do a product test live. I know YouTube records this, so I can edit it, but I'm also have my camera set up here so I can edit it later if I want to repost the video my own way. I've already filmed my introductions and such, but I'll be excited to see what it looks like here. And what I've heard so far from the feedback from at least Wire and Motivation Nerd that the video and sound are okay. I know Wire was here the other day when I tried my my first live stream, and to be honest with you, that was an accident. I didn't actually think I was going live; it just happened to go, so I went with it. And there was no sound. Wire, you'll never believe what happened. My microphone was muted, so I took all that tech time for them to tell me that my microphone was muted. And I thought, well, that was just silly of me. I swear I checked that, but I guess not. I will be using my fold-away mirror to do some close-ups for myself here. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I also, this is kind of cool. Elson, you might like this. I picked this up today. It's a bulb head product. It's a owl alert. I'll be breaking this down in the next day or so just to see how that works. Yeah, it was terrible. Wire. I felt stupid when they said, yeah, it was just muted. I said, well, I looked. I did not see a mute button. Anyway, the owl alert will be coming out within the next week or so. It's supposed to keep pests and birds away. My wife gets mad at me on that one because she's, as she calls herself, a birder, and I don't care for birds, at least on my porch where I like to sit. And so this owl alert thing, it's motion detected, it moves, and so it's supposed to keep birds away from the porch. I don't necessarily care for them all around the yard and such, but just not in the porch where I sit. All right, so it's about 7 after. We've been live here for 6 minutes. So, and that's who I got it for, Al. I actually already showed it to her. I said, as soon as I do this review, I'm going to send this to my mom because my mom does not like birds on the porch either. And to be honest with you, I think my aversion to birds comes from my mother. And I think that's also because the 2 birds we had when we were younger, what are they, Ozzy and Harriet? I think they got around the house and flew around. All right, so I'm going to do an unboxing. We'll get going. We've got about 5 people in the room right now. This is the MicroTouch Solo. This is a product that's been around for a little while. I'd say about a year. It's an as seen on TV product. Yes, the finches. That's funny. It's a personal groomer. They call itself an all body groomer, but I'm just going to be using it on my face because that's what I'm here for. Is that Backroad Freedom? It's great to see you in here. Get to know some of the other channels. But like I said before, you know, in a live chat, I'm going to add you as a moderator, Backyard Freedom. That way you can knock out some people's comments if they do end up saying, like, I've heard bots or spammers or trolls or whatever they call it, come into the room, and I guess YouTube doesn't like that. You can get in trouble. So I'm putting some wrenches on people in here. If you could help me out, just so I'm not paying attention. I think I got everyone that's in here. Let me know if I didn't, as far as adding as moderators. I'd appreciate that help. All right, so I'm opening this up. It's kind of interesting. It comes with these different guards, okay? So and some of this you might not want to hear, but during my my particular grooming regimen, when I shaved my beard down once or so a week, I ended up starting with one of these products and just shaving down the bulk of it, right? Well, then that doesn't get me fine enough. So then I grab one of these things and then continue down, shaping it up. And then I wind it up with a straight razor to just get it all smoothed out. This actually says it's supposed to replace all of those things. As you are shaving with this without any guards, you're actually supposed to go, and this is awkward for anyone who's ever shaved anywhere, you're supposed to go against the grain, so going up instead of down, except when you have the guards on, you're supposed to go with the grain. So there, let's try this out. I don't think these actually have numbers on them. They're just guards. Let me just take a closer look. I haven't actually seen them myself. You know what? They do. They get gradually bigger or gradually smaller. So there's I guess, big, middle, low. I don't know the actual sizes because I haven't read through the directions that clearly. But when you click it on, it just snaps on real easy. This is the Solo, MicroTouch Solo. Remember, I unboxed this myself earlier today, not to actually use it, but to make sure it charged. My wife did say, why are you filming this video on my kitchen table? Please use something to try to catch the hair. And I said, I'll put a towel down. She says, well, never mind. I'll just wash the tablecloth tomorrow. I have my fold-away mirror here, so I'm just going to get going to see how this actually works, okay? So bear with me. Let's turn this on, see what it sounds like. Can you hear that vibrate? It actually has a cool little light on here, too, so I might not need the mirror. Let's see. What if I get close to the camera? That might be better. I'll put it onto this plastic. All right. light is kind of annoying. I don't know. What do you think? I got a lot of hair that came out. Let me just cut this out. I got a lot of hair that came off. So you know what? The trimmer part actually works pretty well. I was pretty impressed. I was kind of nervous because this was only $19.99. But you know what? It actually worked pretty well for that. I am going to have to use some of this here at the My Foldaway mirror because the camera on this laptop is not very good. So we'll see what it actually looks like. I'm going to try to get this guard off. So I did just pop off the blade top, and this is what it looks like. It does say they recommend the blades only stick around for 4 months. I do have a website where they recommend you could go to. Let me see if I can pull that up. Maybe someone can tell me how much the replacement blades are, because I haven't gone to that yet either. Let's see. All right, so it's www.soloreplacement-heads.com. So someone in the chat has time and they can click over just to tell me how much they are. Otherwise, I'll look it up later. All right, so I'm just going to try and I'll let you know how this feels. I do have some buildup down here. I haven't shaved it off in a few days. I'm going to turn this on just for the brightness for me. So I'm going against the grain. Against the grain, which is weird. I use a straight razor too, but I thought this thing is supposed to be a straight razor on it. I guess mine is more of a disposable razor. It's probably different than a straight razor. I'll be honest, it's not coming that close to my skin. Nothing like I would get with one of these razors. So that's kind of disappointing. In my opinion, this puts itself somewhere between like a beard trimmer and a straight razor sort of kind of thing. I can see like where you could sort of get rid of one of these, but therefore, and maybe even get rid of this, but so only down to 2 things, but I would absolutely have to end up with one of these at the end, just trying to shave it down. Let's see, a 2-pack. Yeah. Hey, Wire, appreciate that. So this thing was $19.99 at Walmart. Okay, so this has been out for about a year. I think it originally started out at $29.99, then it dropped down to $24.99. Now it's at $19.99. They recommend the blades are only used for about 4 months, and then they want you to replace them. And Wire just looked it up at the website they provide, and he said a pack of 2 is $15. So that's an ongoing price that you're going to have to consider if you're going to buy this. Listen, when I used the trimmer blade on the guard here, I thought it trimmed nice. You know what? I get annoyed with this one when I trim because it gets caught a lot, and that just hurts like you wouldn't believe. So I guess it's one of those things. It's up to you. I've already bought it, so I'm going to end up using it, and I'll retire this thing out. But I think that it's something I like. I am going to end up filming this as far as a full review with a different camera with a little better quality. Probably later today or tomorrow. We'll see if I can get it posted. But I'm also going to try to shave some of the hair off my arm, but not right now. Not on the top either, just on the bottom, because it does say you can trim all sorts of places. I'm not going to trim my chest like they have on here. Ain't no one want to see that. So my wife did say I should tell people underneath my shirt it's like I'm wearing a sweater, but I'm not going to tell anyone that because no one wants to hear that kind of stuff. Anyway, this has been about 14 or so minutes. What do you think of this process in the chat room? Do you like this kind of thing? You want me to just go back to, I guess, doing the other types of reviews? Because I'll be pulling this one out soon. I wanted to try this just to see what kind of an attendance we would get. But what is your opinion on there? Yeah, that's true. Backroom Freedom says over time it'll cost, and it does. I mean, you think if you need a few, we think like if you think you get 2 of these for an extra $15, over time, you know that's a year, right? So $15 extra per year because every 4 months you have 3 of them, including the original one. I think if my math is correct, you can correct me. Those those of you better math whizzes than I am, that might actually work. So it's up to you. I don't know. So what else is going on out there in the YouTube world? I appreciate the support, Allison. Yet again, that's my sister. So I know she watches all of them. Yeah, I do like the chat option too, Wire. That's what I was thinking. The only difference is they go so short, so it'd be hard. Like this one, I had to plan to even start this one. I could do it maybe weekly. That also depends on my wife too, if she's okay with that, because the baby's bedtime used to be 7:30, and then she went away for a training for a week. And all last week, I called myself a single dad to everyone. They're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Well, my wife went to a training," and so his bedtime moved from 7:30 to 8:30. Now he's hitting the bed around 9. And so I'll have to see if she's okay with this. I could do something every Saturday or so, and pulling out one of the newer as seen on TV products. I did pick up. You guys know Nespresso, the little espresso coffee machines. I picked up one of those. I'll be doing a review of that pretty soon. I like those kind of things. My wife likes those kind of things. So I figured since I just bought a new one, why not? Because our old one we got about 5 years ago, and it just all of a sudden started leaking a lot of liquid. So we picked up a new one. They're not very expensive, like $70 or so. And I think for 5 years, why not? It worked out. I appreciate that feedback, Backroad Freedom. Like I said, for those of you guys in the chat room, I know there's not a whole lot, but check out each other's channels, subscribe to each other's channels, show some support. I do know, as far as the YouTube algorithm, I've learned a little bit from other live videos like Pusa Studios. I knew some of you went over there, and I know some of you guys go to Tony's Reviews. He does some live. That if you don't end up, okay, it's early. Mushroom hunting. Huh? I've never actually done that. How do you go mushroom hunting? I know that turkey season is starting soon around here, and I've actually seen some turkeys in the backyard. I took a picture of a hen the other day. I've never seen one. I've heard them. I've never seen one in my yard, but it was kind of cool, just all by herself. And then I went out to take a picture. She saw me and just ran off and went to the trees somewhere. But anyway, the YouTube algorithm that I was talking about, if you go into each other's channels and you like and subscribe things, you actually have to watch the videos. Otherwise, YouTube dips you out as like someone who didn't actually participate. So that's something people should know. I learned that from Pusa Studios. But you know what? To be honest with you, going into the channels I've gone into, I've actually found, like, even mainly the people that are in here too, but a lot of good channels that are pretty cool to see. And I've seen Wire's recent videos and Backroad Freedom's coming out. So that's kind of cool. All the different things that I get to see from meeting all these different people I never knew. So I guess as we grow together in this community, that's something to think about. So anyway, how do you do the mushroom hunting, Backroad Freedom? I mean, I think people used to use pigs. Is that something that people still do? What's that? Maybe he's not in the chat anymore. That's okay too. I'm not doing a review of Diet Mountain Dew, but I do drink it a lot, even though it is bad for you. Yeah, truffles. Okay. And just because I don't know, truffles are probably different than mushrooms. And actually, I do know. But how do you do the mushroom hunting? I guess that's just going out looking in the woods or looking wherever. Wire, have a good night. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to be cutting this off at 20 minutes anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'll look forward to that hunting video. That kind of stuff is pretty cool. Backroad Freedom, I appreciate you explaining that. So my review here is actually done. So once this video hits 20 minutes, I'm going to be cutting it out. There's about 4 people still in the chat. If you haven't seen each other or chatted, make sure to check out each other's channels. I do appreciate you coming out for my very first live stream. Last week doesn't count just because I didn't know I was going live. I clicked on a button. It said this takes a day to review, and I clicked OK, and all of a sudden there I was live. I was like, whoops. I didn't have any sound, but there I was live. Appreciate everyone for being here. Al, go take your test. Have a good night, everyone. I'm going to count this down 10 more seconds, clicking it off. Thanks again for being here.